Welcome to this episode of How on Earth Did I End Up in This Car? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a 991.2 modified Turbo S, which is actually for sale. So everyone and their mom knows that the Turbo S is a very comfortable car, great daily driver, but what they didn't know is that they're extremely tunable. Now you're saying, yes, of course they're tunable. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's a Turbo S. Porsches, they get tuned all the time. The magnitude of tuningness that you can do to this thing is just unreal. So let's go over some of the modifications. It's got a full KLIEN system from the headers all the way down to the catback. Turbo S's are known for having that like vacuum cleaner kind of sound. This does not fall in that category any longer. This is a very loud car. So along with the exhaust, it's also obviously tuned. You're gonna need a tune for that stuff. It's got a dyno tune by Design, and they brought the car from 580 horsepower to 710 wheel horsepower. We all know Porsche lies about their horsepower numbers all the time, or at least a Porsche 600 is not anything else 600. It's just, it's different power delivery. And this thing speaks freaking volumes to that. Oh my gosh, dude, oh my gosh. So along with the exhaust and the tune, we have a CSF intercoolers and we have IPD plenum and Y-pipe. This thing definitely makes a lot more juice than it does stock, so I'm sure that those intercoolers are doing their job because this thing has not overheated a single time or even come close to coming out of any normal temperature range. Oh my gosh. So as you guys can see, the car is also not stock from the outside. There is a long list of parts that he has put on this car. Let's go over it real quick. The front looks a little different. It's got a Porsche front aero kit, so that's why it looks so aggressive. One of the sexiest looking side profiles of all time, in my opinion. And the things he added to it just make it that much better. Let me show you what it is. So he added GT2 side skirts and then GT2 intake ducts. The side skirts, in my opinion, honestly make like one of the biggest differences you can have on the side profile of a car. It lets it sit a little bit lower, at least it looks like it. And then these ducts, I mean, come on. So sick. Also, these boys are not stock. These are VOSSEN S2101s. And I like these wheels a lot because they're not like super in your face. It's not like he's got BBS LMs in gold on it or anything. It's just like a nice OEM plus looking black VOSSEN wheel. And to the like untrained eye, you would be like, oh, that might be a stock wheel, which again, OEM plus life, I love that. Moving it to the back, this is one of my favorite additions that he's made. It's a TECHART rear wings. And again, just makes the rear end look like 10 times more aggressive. And it also provides downforce. So hey, that works too. And then here we've got the KLIEN exhaust. It's got carbon fiber tips on it, which I think kind of accentuates the look of the car with the carbon fiber inside. And now you got some on the outside. It kind of ties everything together and it sounds really good. So can't complain. Back to the drive in 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about the interior. So obviously super plush. I mean, at the price point that you buy this car at, you kind of hope that it is plush. And it is, they did a really good job. So he's actually got all the carbon options. So he's got the carbon wheel, the carbon center console, the carbon dash, the carbon cards on the door right here. And honestly, makes it feel way different. I love Alcantara, don't get me wrong, and there's still Alcantara on this wheel where you actually, your hands are. But I think I would also go with a carbon fiber option. Like, I know that probably sounds dumb, but I really am a huge Alcantara fan, but this carbon fiber really does it for me. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like it. But the thing that I like the most is that they really paid attention to where you put your hands when you're driving. So I'm talking about the wheel, the paddles, the shifter. They all feel so solid. Porsche did such a good job making this car still feel like a sports car, even though it is the more luxury, technically speaking, laid back version of a GT3. When you're driving it, man, it doesn't feel like it unless you want it to. This is honestly a car that I could drive across the country if I had to, and I would love to. It's really, really comfortable. It's not bouncy. The suspension is really, really soft, but also stiff as soon as you take a corner, which I don't get. Handling, I mean, this thing is ridiculous. It feels very light on its feet, although it's not necessarily a super light car. Everyone knows the GT3 and the GT3 RS, right? Obviously, those are more like track-focused cars, and we can't discredit the abilities that this thing has. Oh my This is just ridiculous. It's too easy, dude. It's too easy. I'm not sure if this car tends to oversteer or understeer, but what it feels like to me going around these corners is that you kind of get to pick and choose. What I mean by that is if you want to lift off oversteer, you can do that, or if you want to just pound the gas through the corner, you'll probably understeer and just grab and go. I don't know what to say. That's not even real. All right, coming into a corner on the brakes. Oh my gosh. It's too easy. It's actually too easy. I really feel like you can just throw anything at this car and it'll just do it. It won't complain. It'll just do it, and it'll make it the coolest thing you've ever done. We're running a PDK transmission. We don't have these in manuals anymore, at least not the 991.2s. I think the previous generation came in a manual, but man, I don't think I would get it in a manual even if I could. It's so good with the PDK. It rips the shifts, dude. Like it shifts so fast, but even though it's shifting hard, it's still really smooth. It's not like it's beating you up in the face, the downshifts. Like, that's so fast. I can't believe it. Oh, dude, I'm just having fun now. Man, I'm telling you, dude, you could get into so much trouble in this car so quickly if you wanted to. It's unreal. We're gonna have to try launch control. There's no debating that. We're gonna have to try launch control. Oh my gosh. Second gear, 40. I can't even tell you how fast that was. I literally can't. Ah. So like I was saying, obviously the car is extremely fast. I think the stock 0 to 60 one of these things is around 2.5, 2.4. I don't know what it is now, but it's for sure faster. 200 extra horsepower to the wheels. It's gonna be insane. But what I've noticed is that you really have to be careful of how far like other cars are in front of you. Because in like any other car, you look, they're far enough ahead, you can do a little pull and it's fine. This car, you gotta have like a quarter mile of room at least if you just want to get on it a little bit. Like, it closes the gap so darn quick that you really have to be awake and alert while you're driving this thing. All right, let's try a roll on from a first gear, no launch control. Really got to be paying attention when you do that. That is crazy. All right, launch control. I mean, there's nothing that can compete with that. There's no chance, dude. That is so violent. On CarWow, they have these drag races that they do, and their baseline comparison is always the Turbo S against everything that goes on there. They always have one Turbo S in there just to see how much faster the Turbo S is than anything they bring in. And it consistently goes like 10 seconds on the quarter. And so now this being tuned with 710 wheel horsepower, I would imagine this is like a mid-9 car with a good launch. This car really is the whole package, dude. Like, it looks the part, it sounds the part, it is fast, like crazy fast, and just like luxury everywhere. Like, this is just the best. They say, never meet your heroes. This was a good hero to meet because it actually lived up to it. It shattered everything I thought it was gonna do and was better. Porsche, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I love you. I want to give you a little kiss. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the review of this car. If you are interested in purchasing this car, all the modifications, all the specs, everything like that will be down in the description, along with Russ's contact info, who is the seller of this car. I appreciate you boys. This was an insane ride, and well, now I'm gonna have to get one day, so peace.